attached to rock and metal. So, what I did about 5 years ago, I took the plunge, because I was a musician to begin with. Let's put it this way, everything has its time. I'm a lyricist, but me coming from where I come from, I'm from St. Clair. It wasn't no brothers doing rock and metal. You know what I'm saying? So I did a lot of stuff in secret. I'm a bass player. I'm a vocalist. So when the time came, I got with my Outlaw brothers. It's brothers that ain't here right now. That Outlaws Inc. is formed by brothers from 3 rock bands, and we formed we formed a club for musicians. I don't care what kind of musician you are, as long as it's real and you believe in the cause, consider yourself a brother. We got all sorts of other clubs, but musicians and artists, why has there never been a club ever? We got clubs for everything else. When we really are the culture. You know what I'm saying? So we was like 2 years ago, we was like, hell with it, let's do it. So we growing slowly but surely. But I came from a heavy metal band known as Unrest, which is now known as Sons of Sedition. And I play in 2 more bands now. But I'm also a soloist, which also involves other heavy metal musicians that play in back of me. But bass and vocals, that's all me. So I'm dropping my EP, which is called Comes a Stranger. And the reason why it's called that is because I can't think of any black heavy metalists in Cleveland. I don't, or either they ain't making themselves seen. Yeah, me. But so that's where I'm at right now, because we're out there. It's just that, man, you just have no idea. It is so many black heavy metalists, so many black punk artists. They're out there. But I want to make it known. So here we are with what I call, because I can't call it black metal because the heavy metal genre, it ain't got nothing to do with us. But what I do, I call black iron. So, with no further ado, these 6 songs, I hope y'all ready to get y'all eardrums abused. That's all I'm about to say. So get ready for something different. If you got a seatbelt, put it on now. I'm about to, and if you got any questions afterwards, we can do a Q&A, we can do all of that. About 5 minutes? Okay, so I gotta keep talking for 5 more minutes. Either way, but we can talk a little bit more about this. But I've always loved heavy metal when I was a kid. That's something, like my brother Ronnie B said earlier, that's something that's gotta be in you and not on you. Everybody can't pick up a bass guitar and jump into metal. Those vocals, everybody can't do it. I'm a hip hop artist, and I can jump back into that vein anytime I want to. Matter of fact, I just did, because I just hit everybody up with an album under their nose called Red, which stands for Retired and Extremely Dangerous. It's on YouTube. So, on that level, I'm back. Kane is back, but in a part-time elder statesman capacity. So, basically, I'm saying that to say this. Anybody ever want some bars from me? Y'all got them. Y'all got them. So, he part-time, I said. Keeping the iron sharp, though. But as far as metal goes, like I said, I'm a 70s baby. So I grew up on all of that. My favorite band, which is Black Sabbath, Ozzy Osbourne. My favorite bass player was from Black Sabbath, Geezer Butler. That's who I model my bass playing style from. Matter of fact, one of the first history-making all black metal bands, and they're from here, you can research them. They're known as Black Death. You can Google them. their front man, their lead vocalist, Sicky Spacek, he stamped me. He stamped me. And also, you can see us on video playing together, actually. And he stamped me, and he said to me, he said, man, he said, if I'd have found you 4 years ago, you'd have been playing with me. But he's back now doing things. He just had a show, and when I work on with my band Sons of Sedition, he's gonna be he's gonna be a featured guitarist on there. Matter of fact, one of their tracks that they had, they let me use that track. They let me repurpose it specifically for the song that we gonna be doing together. So that was like love right there. But I love metal. I love hard and loud. I don't like quiet. It's like, man, anything you get from me, it's gonna be hard. Even with even in hip hop, I ain't never pulled no punches. I gave it to you rawer than most. Ain't never gonna back down from that. And like I said, you guys right there, y'all just gave it rawer than most.
Yes.
And man, I wasn't ready for this today. I wasn't. But it was a welcome surprise, I tell you that. It's been, yeah, man. Definitely. But how we going over there? But yes, I do. Yes, I got. Oh yeah, definitely. I love to interact. So, come on.
What's the difference between metal and rock?
Okay, well, the difference between metal and rock is less heavy. You still got the guitars and everything, but you can go a lot of ways with it, ballads, stuff like you can do that with metal too. But metal is louder and more aggressive. That's the difference between the two. Yeah, it's very aggressive. Everybody, and one thing, they got the misconception about heavy metal artists. They think because we make angry music that we actually walk around angry all the time. We're not. We are actually some of the most peace-loving people you'll ever meet. What we always say is, we make angry music so we don't have to be. Yeah. But we make ballads too. Matter of fact, you're gonna hear a ballad on there, and but even my ballads got bite. Even my ballads got bite. Actually, we designed in one of our t-shirts that say that. One of my Brody Lee t-shirts gonna say ballads with bite. So, yeah, but man, hip hop and rock have always gone hand in hand. I just hate that it don't now like it used to. It's always gone hand in hand. Come on now, we got Def Jam, which was Rick Rubin. Come on, man, this man is from Slayer, okay? So you had the Beastie Boys. You had, so and I hate when people ignore the fact that both were hand in hand. Matter of fact, DMC right now, DMC is like one of the biggest Motorhead fans ever. I thought I was a big Motorhead fan. DMC walk around with the Motorhead t-shirt, okay? And I think DMC just did he was on a rock joint he just did recently. Partner of mine sent me the video. I said, oh yeah, and I think he working on something too along them lines. You got, who that, my other band? You had Public Enemy and my guys, Rage Against the Machine, Prophets of Rage. They only had one album. If you ain't checked it out, but check. I hope they come together. They need to do another Prophets of Rage album. Sure, go ahead and ask.
Out of everything in the world as far as music, what the fuck influenced you to do that?
What influenced me to do that?
Like out of everything in the world, and you started off, I remember you was rapping, so out of all, as far as country, whatever, R&B, all of that, metal?
Like I said, the aggressiveness, because I'm an aggressive individual. I don't how to come across anybody with a country album, or unless it was on some Johnny Cash type shit. Because matter of fact, when people ask me, they say, who is Brody Lee? I say Ozzy Osbourne meets Johnny Cash. So he's ready. So get ready for this 20 or so minutes, these 6 songs. Let's just sit back and just take this journey, because now comes a stranger. The first one here is called Bruticus, because it's all about brute force. I woke up angry one day. That's all. This is one of them songs.